Today discussion is my final part of my thank you for Involved, releasing Infinity Nikki on MacBook. So today is specifically going to discuss about Nikki's potential future destined partner. Ooh, that's a lot. Potential destined partner, I meant. So, as Giovanni fans, as one of the club member of Giovanni as our communal husband, I was always intrigued by the romantic part of Nikki. I wanna know everything. Just give me. And then, suddenly on 2.5, they give me the biggest clue so far about Nikki's potential romance.
The next day.
To me, McGill is so Cloud Final Fantasy coded. The hair, the voice, the character screams leading man energy. Almost like Giovanni, but with a way more green flag alert on the story. Logically, Giovanni will need a lot of time to heal from his trauma, right? Boy has spent half of his life in desperation, managed by Chigda. But the first meeting with Nikki intrigued me, because I felt like he's going to be an important character. And then Nikki met McGill, and also Anger. They are going to be important too, but especially McGill and Giovanni, especially them. In my wild guess, one of these two can be one of the 8, or can be a big help for the 8, the hero of the Mirrorland. When I was exploring the Lumifil city, I found one of the book about a secret love letter that told us about McGill's secret admirer. She sent this letter to her sister, telling everything, her feeling about McGill, and her sister asked her to confess to McGill. So she tried, but kept on failing. In that book, I found something interesting. Let me unpack them now. The girl, we can call her Rose, okay? Rose first love confession to McGill. Her first attempt was before the Soul Tide, where McGill and Alkin was very busy. When she tried to tell McGill about her feeling, he apologized because he needs to leave, not because he rejected her. No, he needed to leave due to anger, and him needed to go to Ferryman Guild. She said Angert is that special investigator. When Angert becoming a special investigator, it was 5 years ago, since Madel MIA. So this letter can be happening around 5 years ago until present day. Yeah, but the letter said specifically it was to the Ferryman Guild. I was thinking that was happening during the main story too. Both men went to Ferryman Guild to find the mole, to find the trader. Was this letter also talk about that recent event? The suspicious bottle from Ferryman Guild that used to poison people? Or was that about something else, normal errand for McGill and also Anger? I didn't think too much until that part, because that can be anytime during the 5 years time span, right? Back to the letter. After the first attempt, the girl was still trying again. Second one, she failed to confess when Anger appeared to discuss work matter with McGill. Again, Anger was the culprit. who kept on failed her to confess. Second one, she failed to confess when angered, appeared to discuss work matter with McGill. Third, fourth, and so on. She kept on failing until she went to the soul seer to ask about McGill and her love life. This is when things is getting more and more interesting in this letter, putting me into a new perspective I didn't expect. So, the soul seer result told her that McGill is not the one for her, that her destined partner is coming next year, not before. And that, take a note on this one, McGill's destined one is already by his side.
What?
Huh? Hold on. We didn't get to see any important girl in the main story beside McGill. None. Unless it's anger?
Bruh.
I guess involved won't take it that far, right? Angered, by the way, anyway, Angered is so bestie coded to McGill to Nikki. He is blunt, brave, witty, and fun. I know he's going to be a fun man, like bestie quality. But that's not enough to be the main character energy. But is he going to be the main character? I feel like our clan chief, McGill, is way more prepared to be the main character. The story plot really putting him in a good light. Charismatic leader, responsible, hard worker, caring, talented, and many things. Yeah, he's more like main character energy rather than Angered. I love Angered too, by the way. Don't throw eggs on me, Angered fans. I'm sorry, but we're talking about this letter now. Please forgive me. Maybe Angered will have a chance too in the future. We don't know. Don't be mad. And back to the girl, back to Rose. She's suspecting that McGill's destined partner has always been his job. Makes sense. Before she finally ended up the letter with an envy feeling to anyone who will beat McGill's work in that man's heart. Girl, McGill is basically the president of the park Solians. What do you expect? You want the glory but not the hard work? After finishing the main story and then not long finding this letter, my brain went wild. Who the hell is this destined partner of McGill? I didn't see him with anyone. I didn't see him discussing anyone but Angered and Madel and Soulside and his people. But yeah, he is acting so weird sometimes to Nikki. I'm into concern. So girl, Rose, I'm sorry. If there is a woman who can make McGill put his best effort, then it will be Madel and our beloved, shining, glimmering, splendid, pink-haired Nikki. So yeah, sorry Rose, you have no chance. Now let's diving deep into my Delululand. Welcome guys, welcome. When I was in the story of Nikki and McGill's cooperation, I feel like this guy is so sweet and has a very high chance to be a potential future spouse for someone important in the story. I didn't mainly think it's about Nikki, it can be anyone. But to Nikki herself, he protects, he attacks, he keeps our Nikki intact. And so does Nikki to him. They are unequal. And also, the scene, the music, and the main story also didn't help me from my Delululand. Every time it's about them. I don't know if that's true, but the ambience felt more intimate. The interaction felt sweeter. The promise to welcome Nikki anytime for his skin and for himself. Miguel, come on. Your protection in the main story. You are also the reward after the main story is finished. You are our battle companion. And also, some simple yet sweet cute things happen in your mistakes to Nikki. Now come on, Miguel. You have a crush on me, obviously. I mean, Nikki. Why are you keep thinking of Nikki that you mistexted her? Are you thinking about Nikki since Inspira because you and Nikki could be spouses in so many loops? But I swear if I find out that he has a crush on some other girl, you can say that me and my friend already has a plan for this girl. Don't worry. So that's my Delululan. Our Delululan. My poor traumatized guy Giovanni is really in a big trouble. Our first communal husband may lose his title over this new clan chief. And I ended up swallow my own words. Now I started liking Miguel for Nikki. We are rooting for them. It doesn't help when involved always hiding Giovanni in the game. Or maybe they did that on purpose. Maybe they're giving a chance for Miguel to come instead. So fans won't get too hype about Giovanni anymore that Miguel will break their heart. Which I'm sure involved it's already happening. But hey guys, at least Nikki now may have a prom partner. And from another dimension too. How cool is that? And maybe also Giovanni was Nikki's destined partner in different loops, but they ended up tragically. That's why Nikki was feeling so sad at their first meeting. Ooh, the drama if that was true. But Miguel, come on. His hair is so cloud-coated in Final Fantasy VII. Cloud and Tifa love story, by the way, is one of the most famous love story in a game franchise. My own boyfriend is a fan since his childhood, and years after I get to experience his kind of feeling about love story in the game, I accept. It will be so absurd if no one ever fallen for her. It will be too absurd if after many loop of reincarnation she never had a spouse ever. I want a bit of realism of adulthood in the story, but back in a magical way. So far Involved has delivered well. Laughter, betrayal, happiness, love triangle, even four-angle, loss, sincerity, all of their stories speak realism to me. The life story of a heroine, so powerful, but still unapologetically feminine. We need that kind of role model to look up to.
Miguel, I heard the sound of your soul ocarina during the performance.
I just wanted to see her off. I'm sorry. I know her crimes were unforgivable, but she was still my sister. She was so talented. She could heal our soul rift and soothe any restless soul. Then, I wish you success in your travels. Please, visit us whenever you'd like. We'd love to see you again.
So that's my theory. Do you have anything, any insight? Do you approve Miguel or you want Anchor to be with Nikki? To be Nikki's destined partner? I cannot wait to unfold so many stories ahead. I love the way that we now get the main stories more often than once in a year. I think this one is way better. That not too crowded for busy person, and also not too lacking that Nikki is forgettable. This is perfect. This formula is working. So hopefully this yapping means something and brings something to you, some insight, and maybe we'll create another Delulu from another stylist. Thank you so much for watching and hearing out my yapping. Always take care, stylist. Stay amazing, stay slaying. Bye-bye.